funny story for you. We're out here cutting. We got the only green lawn for 5 miles around. And at least 3 cars have come to a stop in front of our house, and they're like, what the hell? I'm telling you. We've got the only green yard. We've got the only green yard in the whole neighborhood. And it looks like a fairway. It's ½ an inch, solid green, thick, healthy as could be. So he's gonna finish cutting up the back. We'll put down PGF Complete here. Again, dry soil. I can't stress that enough. You have to have dry soil. We've waited 2 days after the rain, put down PGF Complete, and now I'm gonna start watering it in. I'm gonna start a watering cycle. It's not good to overwater, but I like to get this stuff in. I'm gonna hit it once a day for a quick, and then on Tuesday we've got another storm coming in, so it'll actually look good. But man, look at that. Does that look awesome or what? April 1st, and we were 22 degrees 2.5, 3 weeks ago. This died off 2.5, 3 weeks ago. We don't push our lawns. We let Mother Nature let it wake up, but we supply that little bit of nutrients and we get that jump start. Now we're ready. This is awesome. Morning. Yes, so that was April 1st, and I want you to remember something. 21 days ago, 21 days ago, we had a hard freeze come in here. The lawn started to green up, remember? And then we had a hard freeze come in. 21 degrees, 26 degrees, and basically killed off this lawn. But because I'm following my calendar, and you need to get this, because I'm following this, go to freelawncareguide.com, and there's calendars, there's subjects, there's products, everything. Walk you through every single subject of your lawn care. It's free. There's nothing to pay. There's no app to download. There's no email sign up. Bookmark it and use it. So go there and get that. But according to my calendar, I understand that when my lawn goes through this wake up, we call it our Jumpstart program, we don't put down a lot of fertilizer. We just put a little bit of nutrients. So when it wakes up in a comfortable environment. Remember, your lawn has been sitting here getting rained on and just abandoned and ignored for 6 months. Nutrients have been leaching out. So when your lawn wakes up, you want to have a little bit of nutrients in there. So that's why we put out the PGF Balance along with our Pre-Emergent. The next step, when I start to see some green, I'll put out a little green shocker. It's so mild. It's extremely mild. Then the freeze came in, so I left it alone. I just backed off. When I saw the green coming back up, I hit a little more green shocker, and then we got some good rains, and man, let me tell you what, this lawn is amazing. I have the only green lawn. It's a true story. I have cars stopping in front of my house, looking at my lawn, thinking that it's AstroTurf or something, because no other lawn around here looks like this. I'm not pushing the lawn. I'm just working with Mother Nature here. Now, April 1st, I still have some cold weather coming in, but I'm going to switch over to, according to my calendar, it's time for me to put down some PGF Complete, 1648, which is a slow release. That's my main base fertilizer. But it's not too strong. I'm not out here dumping tons and tons of this out. It's a light coat. No worries. I may have some 30s move back in. That's no problem. But I'm just putting out a light coat of PGF Complete, doing a cut, and just letting the lawn wake up naturally. Now, I will put out your push period. The push period for your warm season lawns, for me at least, when you start to consistently get in the 80s. So that's May and June. That's when you can really, if you have a weak lawn, you can really push your Bermuda then. Really push it hard. Now today, you're gonna see a lot of little weeds when I'm shooting this video. We had a ton of these weeds, and I think it's actually these little seed pods moving in from all these trees around here, and that's what's sprouting up. So we talk about our split pre-emergent program, where we come out here with our granular, when we're supposed to come out end of February, beginning of March. And then right about now, or maybe next week, I'm gonna come out with a very light coat of liquid pre-emergent and do a spray out here. And that's all I do. And then I don't have to use any weed killers all year long. My lawn is perfect from that point on. We talk about that on the guides, so get the guides. Today, like I said in the video, real quick, do an adjustment on my reel mower. I'm gonna be using the McLean. I'll be using a GK series. I recommend the GR series for most of you guys if you want a short lawn. We'll cut the lawn, we'll put out PGF Complete, and then we'll talk about watering cycles. This is where I like to, again, dry soil, put your fertilizer, and start some watering. And that's the perfect way to go about this. So anyways, let's go out and let's cut some grass. So one of the myths that's out there, before I go out and start cutting, one of the myths that's out there is that, you know, if you put down like a regular fertilizer, PGF Complete now, that you're gonna somehow hurt root development. Let me tell you something. This lawn is the same lawn that was put down in this house 15, 16 years ago. It was Bermuda sod. I don't know what it was. We've only owned the house 6 or 7 years. These roots on a warm season grass, especially like Bermuda, my roots are anywhere from 24 to 48 inches deep. I don't have to worry about root development. That's an absolute myth. Cool season's a little bit different. New lawns is a little bit different. Obviously, you don't want to put down, you should be avoiding putting down high levels of strong fertilizers, of course. Get a soil test and understand, you may have high potassium and you may have high phosphorus, so why are you putting those down? If you don't have a soil test, get a soil test done. Out at the farm property, one of the first things I did last week is I went up to the field. If you saw that video, I went up to the field and I grabbed soil samples so I know what I'm doing. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what your soil is about, it's going to be a problem for you. So get a soil sample. But all the fertilizers that we use are mild for that specific reason. We don't do a huge push. We work with Mother Nature. In the summertime, we're putting down the dirt booster, the new dirt booster. And you cool season guys can use that all summer long. You can use the green shocker all summer long. You know, everyone's telling you not to fertilize. Well, you can if you do it correctly, not pushing. Now, let me show you real quick. We are kind of redoing the green this year. We're not going to make it perfect. But again, same thing. Now, this is a cool season bent grass. I came out here and seeded it, and what happened? 21 degrees and 26 degrees. I would say 50% or maybe 30% germinated, and the rest of it got frozen off. So I came out here that same day while he was cutting. I raked this, I resanded this, and I actually put out some more seed. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of a green here that we can work with and cut this year. But I gotta tell you, man, this lawn just looks amazing. You can see my footprints in it. There's a lot of dew on here. So make sure you get the guides, just follow the guides, and man, let me see if I can just show you this. Look at that. Is that incredible or what? Get some of the dew off there for you. That looks great. And you can see all these little weeds right here. This is what I'm talking about. But you can tell that the roots are not establishing from my pre-emergent. They just pop right out. It's a strange looking little weed. It almost looks like a maybe. Again, I think it's from these trees over here. These trees have a tendency to seed at this time of the year, and high winds blow them in, and they're just everywhere. So I'm not really concerned about it. I don't have any crabgrass showing up. Maybe 1 or 2 little pieces of poana popping through. Not a whole bunch going on there. So anyways, let's go cut. Hey guys, so I got a bunch of reel mowers. I'm trying to decide which one to use. Now, I recommend the GR series. The GR series from McLean has a single lever on it, and it'll cut roughly down to, just below maybe 1/2 inch up to about 1.5 inches. That's where most people need on a reel mower. This is the GK series. This is actually the Greenskeeper series. We use this on our green over there, but I'm going to bump it up because I want to go pretty low on this grass. So I'm just going to adjust it. I have looked at it, and to be honest, the blades actually feel pretty good. Normally I would come out here and backlap this real quick, but to be honest, because we're going to be cutting through all this crap and pine needles, I really need to blow some of this off. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it as is, and then I'll backlap it and sharpen it. But basically I just need to drop it down. I need to get it down pretty low. Just that one. And, oh, that's a lovely plier there. Look at that plier. You know you're a pro when you have rusted tools, right? Where the hell did that thing go from? And you relieve that lock nut. And then I want to make sure that this bar is adjustable, and then I'll just turn these right here, and this will bring it up and down. If there's one piece of equipment that everyone hates out here, it's that thing. The sweeper, because it's all manual. But she will pick up everything. Pine needles, pine cones. Really good looking right there. Really good looking. So, I don't know that I want to take it down any farther. The first cut of the year, what I recommend is, we're probably at just over half, maybe 3/4. Get lots of sun and just keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting. As long as you got a warm day, come out here and cut. So that's what we're doing. Okay, say that again.
The middle grew in, and then there's patches on either side.
Okay, so what he's talking about is he's talking about the disease. This is brown patch, and ever since we've owned this house, you get these little sort of, don't they look like circles? See them here? So you get these brown circles, and that's brown patch. So I came out here with the granular fungicide, and I applied it. I hit it with green shocker. Remember how it was pale green? And within what, 2 days after the rain? Within 2 days after the rain, it just turned this dark emerald green. So he was asking me, I think what we do, we'll cut it just a little bit on diagonal today, and we'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead, and not too hard of a diagonal, just a little. Okay. So there's our first cut of the year. Now we're in bright sunshine, but you can see that. Looks good. Wow. That's looking really good. Now the only thing we've put down is we did our PGF. We did the Jumpstart with the PGF balanced, gosh, a month and a half ago. And now we've had 2 treatments of green shocker over the past month. And that's about it. Man, with all these weeds popping up, probably in a couple days I'm going to come out here and do a little bit of a pre-emergent spray for my split treatment. I'm pretty much done. Whew. Okay, so he's done cutting. I'm going to put out, I am using PGF Complete 1648. If you have high phosphorus, use the 1608. This is my first long, slow release fertilizer of the season. Everything else has been fast release, but it looks good. Besides a little bit of that, brown patch showing up. That's a good looking lawn right there. What's today's date, Ryan?
April 1st.
Oh, that's right, April 1st, April Fools. That's not a bad looking lawn. I'll make sure, this is an older bag, so I want to make sure I don't have any clumps. I sealed it up good. This is the gold, industry gold. This is PGF Complete 1648, tiny prill size. So you can put this out light and get fantastic particle distribution. I will be putting it out at about the bag rate. Oh, morning. So it's actually a couple days after we did this cut. Yesterday, I was up on the roof of a barn spraying. We're restoring this old barn. Hit subscribe because you don't want to miss that. I'll put that video up. It's just a short video of some of the restoration work we're doing on the property. but we didn't want to tear down this barn. We wanted to sort of clean it up because you couldn't even see the barn trees. And then we sprayed it. We're putting new tin roof on it. It's actually pretty cool. So hit that subscribe and I'll do that video probably next. But this is the state of my lawn right now. It's April 5th or something like that. I don't even know what day it is. The lawn is already super thick. It's green. It almost needs another cut right now. And this is like 3 days after we cut. We have some really severe thunderstorms moving in tonight, this afternoon and tonight, and then again maybe even tomorrow morning. So it'll be interesting to see. But I wanted to get a reason why I do some of this water cycling is there is a little bit of fast release nitrogen typically, even in slow release fertilizers. And you have iron that goes in there quickly. So my recommendation is, even if you're going to put down slow release fertilizers and you've got rain moving in 3 days, start that watering cycle. Get the quick release stuff into the soil so that when you have these downpours, you don't have a bunch of runoff. The slow release part of the fertilizer is going to break down over time. Your thatch will hold it in place, but there is some fast release nutrients inside of slow release fertilizers, most of them. So it's not a bad idea. Again, dry soil, put down like PGF Complete, and then water it in, water it in, water it in. Even though you have rain coming in 2 or 3 days, you get that quick release stuff into the soil. So anyways, hit subscribe and I'll talk to you later. Doc.